a flicker in the night, so small yet so bright. Through shadows it fights, bringing warmth to the sight. A gentle whisper, a spark in the air.
Hello viewer, welcome to Pauline's YouTube channel and to the program Sparks of Hope in this Jubilee year 2025. I am Sister Olga Masango from the Daughters of St. Paul. We have the honor to speak with the Father Alex Wambua Thomas, a newly ordained Kenyan priest that is missionary in Australia, an incarnated priest of the Diocese of Wilcannia-Forbes. The outback covers most of the central and western parts of Australia. Welcome, Father Alex. Can you share with us how you first felt the call to the priesthood? What were your first impressions of the place and people of your diocese of mission?
I would say it was very different, not like Kenya, and there were many things that were different from how they used to happen in Kenya. But I was ready to adjust and to cope with any situation that was coming. So I would say the mental strength, and I had enough to be able to do what I was supposed to do. Because first I had to go for my studies in Sydney, which I went there in 2019. And when I went there, the people were really good and nice to me, very welcoming, and they were always ready to direct me and to show me the things that I was not very able to do them. And especially there were I would say like some of the things were like the language. So it's still English, and there are places where people have got different accents, and it will be a bit sometimes how they pronounce things. And I would say in Australia they have got a lot of short forms on how they pronounce, how they say things in short forms. And if you are new, you may get yourself floating and even ending not knowing what they have said. And but they are really nice people in the diocese. It's vast, and the people are really welcoming and very hospitable to the priest and to anyone who is new to them.
What really inspired you to become a missionary priest and to be a priest incarnated in the Diocese of Wilcannia-Forbes?
Yeah, thank you for that. So from my early days, when I started discerning, I felt I was called to become a missionary, because first I had to join a religious congregation, which is the Missionaries of St. Francis de Sales. I had my novitiate, I had my postulant novitiate, then I went for my philosophy. So I would say that was really good, and I would say it was like a base and foundation of my missionary life in Australia, because I came to join the Diocese of Wilcannia-Forbes later around 2018, which I went there in 2019 because I had to do the visa processes and a few other things, which took me about a year, and then I went there.
What did it feel like on the day of your ordination, particularly in this Jubilee year of hope?
I would say it was an exciting moment to become a priest. I knew I was going to become a priest. Like during the day itself, I knew Bishop was going to ordain me. And the excitement was there, but I would say I didn't express it much and all that. I knew people were there, they were celebrating. But I think I had a lot of things, thinking about what answers to say when the bishop is asking or interviewing during the ordination itself. where to move after this. So I had many things in my mind. So I think I tried all the excitement. Otherwise, it would confuse everything. But yeah, that was good. It was a nice moment with the preparations. So I had a good support from the Christians, my parishioners, where I was appointed. So they were really supportive, and they did many things that really I felt I had people behind me and in all the sides. So they were ready and happy to say, if you need anything, let me know where I can support or what I can do for your ordination. So that was a lovely moment for me, and I would say it's a moment that I remember each and everything, how it happened, because of the support and the presence of the people, and also my colleagues, the students, the seminarians whom I used to study with while I was in Sydney, which is the Seminary of the Good Shepherd.
Father, you are called and sent to a modern missionary frontier of evangelization, a place where you need pastoral creativity, missionary zeal, as to confirm deep faith among the small communities of Christians, especially among the Aborigines. What are the challenges and opportunities do you foresee in your mission?
Yeah, I would just want to say this. The missionary work in Australia, like in my diocese, is different from how it is in many parts of the country, or maybe also how it is in Kenya, because we do not have many Christians or packed Christian communities or churches like what I see and what I've experienced in Africa, and mostly in Nairobi and other places. So the priest is called, and there is a mission, because there's a lot of mission, and the mission is calling priests to have a zeal and enthusiasm to do the job, because you cannot sit in your room, because that's one thing that I try not to do. Sit, relax in the room, and just wait for the people to come, because I think now it has come to a time when the shepherd has to go and find the sheep, and that's how the mission there is calling, because you may not get many people, and also the people, they need to know, is a priest willing to talk to us, to me? So people have got that kind of thinking. So you need to avail yourself. So if the shepherd is not there, the people just disappear, and they may feel maybe it's not a place for us as Christians to come to the church. So us and myself as a newly ordained priest, I see myself, and that's what I try to involve myself with the community works. I do join groups of in the towns where I've been appointed. I try to visit people at their homes, and I get to know, because when you come, if there are events in the town like sports, you get to meet them. They will ask you questions, and that really creates the rapport of knowing we have got a priest in the town, and we have got someone who can listen to us, someone who can discuss issues, and someone whom we can engage with. So I find it to be really easy when I meet people in different scenarios or different events in the community. So that helps a lot, like trying to tell the people what kind of things you do, because people are so busy in other things in the media, and people would watch what they want to watch. There will be a lot of things about religion, about the church, about Christ, but they may not bother to listen or to watch it. But when you take it to them, which is a different level and a different way of communication, that really helps them to get to understand better, and also to ask questions that they cannot get when in the media.
How do you see the role of the families, especially the role of young people? As a young ordained priest, I could say you are a priest of the Gen Z. How do you see your engagement with them? You spoke about this, being there with them accompanying the activities and all that, but especially for the young people.
There's a lot that we need to do as pastors and as people who are called to do the evangelization and to help and maybe come up with ways that can help the people, the young people who today they've got so much energy in themselves, but it's not well utilized. So if it's not well utilized, it leads them to do what it's available or what others are doing, because there's a lot of peer pressure among the young people. And that's why you see among them, if there is anything that looks like a group thing, they are very much involved to do it. And sometimes it may not be the good thing, maybe the bad thing, and they just do it because there is that energy. Their cells, body cells are strong, and it's telling them do this. It's not like the older generation whereby they have got more responsibilities. So they take each and every moment as a moment to shine. So as a young priest, I would say it would be really nice if maybe we can get them involved in the church and give them roles, because they are, even when they come to the church, they would say the older people are the ones doing the things, so why are we not doing? But if they are not engaged with things, they just move and feel maybe it's not part, or they are not included, or there's some way of isolation and making them just to come and sit, which they don't want. And it's more about, if you give them with their energy, they'll be able to do, and they need just little support, and they'll be able to help in the evangelization. But the other main thing and a very significant thing is to help them, especially the catechism, and to understand about the Catholic faith and the Catholic teachings, which are very important. Then that can help them to know, if they take any role in the church, they will be knowing, what am I supposed to do and why am I doing this? Because it's the mission of Christ, it's not our mission. It's the mission of the church, which is the church of Christ.
Do you have any pastoral activity, especially related with this year of hope?
I would say at the moment, I've been involved in a few activities, especially after my ordination and even before, because I had few pastoral works that I did because I just left the seminary, came to the parish, and coming to the parish, I was involved mostly with planning for my ordination. But I had really many people who were coming, and we were able to meet and discuss issues on how we can do and how we can improve the faith. I've been involved with young people. So when I came to the parish where I was appointed, that was Forbes Parish, we had a group of young people whereby we had to discuss issues about the faith, what do you believe, and so coming up with that way, which I would say, when we talk about the Jubilee, the Jubilee year of hope, so that was a way of trying to bring people together and just get to know what we believe as Christians and why we do all these kind of things in the church.
From your missionary experience, Father, what do you think the church, the universal church, but above all the church in Africa, can support vocations today, especially those who go out there in other continents, to bring out this intercultural dimension of our faith?
That's a good question. So there's really a lot that needs to be done. There is the support, whereby especially if the foreign missionaries go to other countries, there is also there can be moral support and other support from the local people, how they help to support the priest and to make him feel at home. That is something that I would say it really helps, because when I went to Australia, it was a bit like, how will I be doing my job? I'm in a new place, but through the help of the parish priests, those whom I have worked with, and the rectors, and making them to get involved, to get to know the culture of the people and how people are, because when you go to a new place, really you have got some fears. What are the people thinking about me? Which is very similar to even what Jesus said. What do people say about me? What do they say that who am I? And all these kind of questions are coming, and they sometimes tend to prevent us from bringing out what we have, which can be good. So when you get involved, the easiness that comes, and then you can find yourself doing what things, and people can understand you. Sometimes the accents, our African accents, may be different from how people speak and talk and what they are used to listen. And so it's just more of a support, and try to help people and get them involved so that they can learn the culture and the traditions of the people.
In this first year, what are your dreams, your hopes in relation to your pastoral creativity?
There are a few things that I'm planning to do, especially with my new appointment, because I've received a new appointment to the cathedral. And it's a place that I would say I don't know it very much. I've been there for some pastoral works where I've been there for months and not really for a long time. And I'm thinking on how I can get the people to be involved in church activities, and which is more about maybe teaching the catechism and getting people to come, because making them to know why do we have the church, because people would just see the church as a building. And when we equip them with some knowledge and get them involved and get them to see other places, because what other people do everywhere about the family setup has changed. The modern world and the media has changed everything. Everybody is busy with his or her phone, and even when you are with people, so engaging and talking, discussing issues, people will be busy and far. And so if you come together, discuss things, which is more of the synodal way of discussing things and coming up with a common agreement, it's something that is important, but not about, because when we take the phone, everybody will take the phone and maybe discussing one topic here, and he or she is discussing another topic elsewhere. So that's something that I'm working and planning on how I can involve the people, especially the young, and that would be help them to help and support the church with the faith.
Now, can you give us your parting shot?
I would say that becoming a priest, it has been a wonderful thing and an exciting thing for me, and it's through God who strengthens me and who enables me to do what things He has called me, because it's not my mission, it's God's mission. He has called me to do what He called me for. It's not about me. It's not about putting my ego and trying to think, okay, I have to force things to go as I want or as I force them, but it's about God. So what I do mostly with my life, and especially as a priest, is my prayer life, which I emphasize much, and pray for God's guidance and inspiration in whatever I do, so that I can do it according to God, because the people belong to God. The people whom I work for and with, they are God's people, and He's the one to guide me and to show me the way when I'm in His vineyard, trying to do what He has called me for.
Thank you, Father Alex. May your journey as a missionary priest in this year of pilgrims of hope be filled with the joy, courage, and faith. We promise to accompany you with our prayers. Our interview was brought to you with the technical support of our Pauline's audiovisual team, namely Sister Agatha Chipoli, daughter of St. Paul in absentia, Duncan in absentia, as well as Monica and Timothy. See you in the next feature. I am Sister Olga Masango.